Hi guys, it's April and it's the start of a new stream. And this stream is gonna go beautifully well. I have a feeling today is going to be a good day. I've already decided this. I'm trying that whole positive affirmation, laws of attraction thing, I guess, sort of. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut now. And tweet this out. I'm gonna sneeze.
Bless you.
Oh goodness, that hurt. Sorry about that, guys. Don't know where that came from. Okay. So I've got it tweeted out. I'm going to open up the chat. And we should be good to go. Beautiful. So I am still in Geomorphia, which is okay. It's more crystal time. I'm just gonna start. So I'm gonna do the rainbow stuff, which I know I've given these colors several times before, but I figure why not just reiterate? And by the time I finish this stream and I have it processed on YouTube, these colors should be down in the description as well. But my colors are FBG2, RV17, Y21, and R32. And these are pretty much the order I use them in as well. So I'm just going to start having fun. My hope is that I get this section done and I'm starting to move up this way. That's the theory, at least. Suppose I could get my caps off so that I can just use my markers as I'm using my markers. I always find it easier to use the lighter of the colors to blend things down because it doesn't make the colors disappear quite the same way, which is why I tend to use the yellow color to smooth out the transition. And then the blue, because between the blue and the fuchsia, the blue is lighter. So if I use the fuchsia, it would just completely overwhelm that blue. I'm trying not to be too picky about how I lay down the color. I'm just kind of going with the flow, because I think in the end that this is such a jumble of crystals that it's all just gonna work together, as long as I don't make it too structured and too sameness. I don't know. Making up English now. So this picture is gonna take a lot of repetitive work, which is okay. It's kind of where my brain is at right now. I find it oddly soothing. A little bit of what I needed. I could probably zoom in so you can get a little better detail. So give me a second and I will zoom it a little more. I always like starting out farther back so you can see where we're starting. And then bring it in a little bit. Okay. There we go. Sorry for the bounce. I think I just want to use a little bit of the yellow and the pink. Just going. Hi, Christina. Welcome to the live stream. Kind of just puttering away. I'm bound and determined to get a good chunk of these crystals done today. Oh, thank you. Slow and steady. That's what I keep telling myself. Because after last week, I'm like, did I actually make any progress? Has this changed at all? But if you put the pictures side by side, you can tell the difference. But I went from like this big to about this big. Which doesn't seem like a lot in retrospect of the whole picture. One day. That's exactly it. Like, I think when I finally make it all the way through this, it's going to be amazing. And if for whatever reason one day I just can't go into work, I'll just do a huge mega stream. Because why not? Yeah, I'm using Copic right now. Just so I can get a nice blend. And then I'm gonna go over top of the Copic with my Polychromos. Just because I like the base look of the markers. So these are some of the finished ones that I've done with both the Copic and the Polys. And so while I can get a decent blend with the Copics on this paper, I can just smooth it out and give it more of an organic look with the Polys. Hi, Robin. Oh, I totally understand, Christina. I was streaming, what, a year? Coloring for 2 years before I even started mixing and matching like this. This is just something I started at the end of last year because I did have no confidence. I've always been a marker girl, and so the idea of adding colored pencils to anything terrified me. But I also started out in the graphic design world, which is why I think I was just drawn to alcohol-based markers. But I did start off with water base. And then I kept on seeing these Copics everywhere. And I'm like, And they were something that I know a lot of my colleagues had used. So I'm like, I suppose I can, maybe? I only had 8 Copic markers originally. It has since expanded to over 200. I have a problem. I've got a big problem, guys. See, those are good utensils too. I mean, I have no confidence with gel pens. There's something about gel pens that terrifies me as well. I always want to blend them. And you can't really blend gel pens, I suppose. I mean, I have tried to in the past, just kind of smearing it around with my finger, and that's kind of worked. But I just don't know. I don't remember which spot I was coloring. Whoops. Let's bring this one down. Why? I don't know, because it'll look cool. trying not to overthink this. Just kind of going with the flow. See, I love that. I get inspired by YouTube stuff all of the time. It's actually where I got the original idea for the color palette of these crystals. As I'm like, how do you color crystals? What does that look like? And so I was inspired by several crystal tutorials. I mean, it's not exactly how they did it, but I definitely use them as a starting point. Kind of bled a little bit to the pink here. Oops. Getting into the little cracks of the book. I didn't break the binding on this book very well. Probably could have done a little better job. So, how is everybody's weekend going? We are taking it slow over here. Woke up to find snow and ice on the ground. Wasn't expecting that at all. So the new plan is to not leave the house today. I love it, Robin. I don't know. Today just kind of feels like a calm day. You know, do you ever have those days where you just wake up and, I mean, it's not like it's a bad day, but it's not a hyper energetic day. So maybe that's why I'm just kind of chill today. Whatever happens, happens. Hi, Tara. I finally filmed that color swatch video for my water-based markers. Let me tell you, that was a slightly traumatic experience. So I came home to film it, and I'm like, I'll do it with my real camera because I want it to be like this high quality and really show off my picture and all that kind of stuff. And I can use my new microphone and it'll be awesome. Well, the dogs were absolutely all over the place as I'm trying to do this. So in the original take, you have me trying to calm down the dogs. I might have used some choice words. And of course, I would have edited all that out. But the whole stinking thing was mostly out of focus. Lovely. So I'm like, nope, not doing that again. we're just going to use my phone because it autofocuses. It'll be great. Sometimes it does not pay to use the more expensive technology. Granted, to be fair, my camera has probably depreciated to the point that it's about the same price as my phone. Just because that's how old that camera is. I've had it for 8, 9 years now.
Did you get it here?
I got it when I was in the apartment. That's my original dog photography camera.
So 8 or 9 now.
So it has served its time. I'm one of those people that I will always dig around the house to see if I can repurpose things and jerry-rig things together. Hence why my coloring swatch book is as it is, Velcro and all. Let's see, how do I want to color? How? There's just something satisfying about DIYing it, I guess. So don't get me wrong. I do like buying things pre-made so I don't have to deal with it. And I think some of these little pieces, I'm just gonna do one color. Because they're not really big spaces, so I don't know if it makes sense to do multiple colors in them. Let's see if I can get in there. Yeah, I might have to try and re-break this binding. I don't know if I'll be able to do that. There we go. Maybe it'll stay like that. I'm totally gonna end up breaking this book. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Loading page. Oh my gosh. At least I remembered it. I mean, it's already a half hour into the live stream and I remembered, but whoopsie. I have not, well, I kind of bled. Dang it. Oh well, I can cover that up. It's fine. It's fine. Nobody panic. It's fine. It's fine. Well, there goes my, like, chill start to this stream. I'll find my chill. It'll be fine. I have faith. I suppose I just wouldn't be me if there wasn't a moment of sure panic. Yeah, I mean, it's not a huge bleed. Because like I said, this paper is kind of amazing. But it's one of those things, like, I've been coloring for how long? And why do I keep on forgetting to put a page in there? I think part of my issue is I forget to put it back in after I take a picture of the picture. So I don't think about it. Think of what else to talk about. Oh, I just finished reading Fox by, oh my goodness, I do not remember who the book is by. It's over there somewhere. And if I wasn't as lazy as I am, I'd probably remember and go pick it up. But it's a retelling of Guy Fawkes and the whole gunpowder plot. But it's set in a world where there's magic, which sounds fairly interesting. However, in the end, the execution left a little to be desired. Because it's told from Guy Fawkes' son's perspective, who the author chose to name Thomas. Except for Thomas isn't really a likable character. Not that I have to like all my characters, it's just that he's a really whiny, self-centered character. And I wasn't for it. And of course, if you know how the whole gunpowder plot goes, it does not end well for the Foxes. Jeez, that name, I don't know, always gives me trouble.
Nadine Brandes. By the way.
Sometimes I like to pantomime at my husband while we're doing live streams. We have this weird pantomime conversation. I don't know why I needed to tell you guys that, but it's a thing. It's a very pretty cover, and I think that's what a lot of people mention in their reviews. Is like, this cover is gorgeous, and I wanted to like the book. But, and I don't think the magic really added a whole ton to the story as well. I just tried to understand how the whole thing actually worked, and it left me confused and questioning, because there's this whole concept of you control a color and therefore you can control your environment because of that color. But they kept it very primary-esque colors like red, green, blue, yellow, orange kind of thing, and brown, some grays, black. But what happens with things like blue-gray or blue-green or fuchsia? I mean, there's such a range of colors in light. How do you really, how you can't just segment colors like that. So, yeah. The coloring person in me was struggling with color magic. Go figure. Definitely enjoy doing these big areas. Little more than teeny tiny little areas. But that was kind of my reading highlight this week. I have started reading Dune Messiah, though. My brother gave that to me maybe a year ago. So I figured it's time to pick it up. So we shall see how that one goes. Luckily, it's not nearly the monster the original Dune was. I think we're making pretty decent progress. Slowly getting there. Let's see if I can move this up any so we can see more of the bottom of the page. I have a feeling that I might have to buy some ink refills for these markers by the end of this. Because I don't know if I've got refills for any of these colors. Oh my goodness, Tara. Well, stay safe, because that is a lot of snow. Yeah, I know a couple people out there in Washington right now, and some of the pictures I've seen of the grocery lines. Holy fudge. And of course, that stuff is slowly making its way towards us. I believe that's the stuff that's supposed to start hitting us Monday. Ugh.
Yep.
Blend a little more. Oh, thank goodness. Yeah. That's always me when I know a storm is going to hit. It's like, I don't want to be anywhere near the grocery stores right now. What we really need to do is probably get some, like, an emergency kit figured out at some point. Just have some water stored. Some canned foods. All that good stuff. Just in case. I always think that, and then I never follow through. Yes, that is the important things in life. Skittles and their nutritional value. We know where the priorities are. I was thinking maybe we need to stockpile all the Girl Scout cookies. I made the wonderful discovery the other day that peanut butter patties are dairy-free, which is amazing. It made my day. However, while peanut butter patties are dairy-free, what are their counterparts called again? Can't even think of what their counterparts are called.
Tagalongs.
Yeah, thank you. Tagalongs. Tagalongs are not dairy-free, but they're supposed to be the same cookies. But one is dairy-free and the other one isn't dairy-free. I'm just glad I live in a region that I get peanut butter patties and not tagalongs. Yep. I'm like, I have grown up here. We've had several blizzards that have been nasty. And then we also have tornado season, which is always fun. Ice storms, which are never fun. I don't know what is up with my nose today, but it is just all over the place. You do what you need to do, Robin. I'm just probably still going to be here when you get back, coloring crystals like a crazy woman. That sounds like a good plan to me. I'm starting to contemplate how I can work from home for like the rest of my life, because all of this cold and all of the snow and all of this ice, it's just, no. Hi, Candy. Granted, I don't know what I'd do if I worked from home. There are times when the thought of being my own boss is extremely appealing. And then there's other times, especially when I think about healthcare and taxes and everything else, where I'm like, I don't want to freelance. That is the scariest thing ever. I think I want to... So sometimes I think it'd be cool to have like an Etsy store. I don't know what I'd sell in an Etsy store. These are just random thoughts that go through my head sometimes, you know? Have an Etsy store, have a YouTube channel, take care of all of the animals. Tell me it's talking like crazy. Oh, my hand's kind of covering what I'm coloring. Sorry about that, guys. Ooh, nice. You know, you can put some of that in a box, Robin, and then you can just like mail it this way. That would be great. But I suppose, I mean, I won't be mean if you don't. I might be sad. But I suppose I'd understand. I'm extremely jealous right now. I will not lie. I keep trying to think about what we should make for lunch. And right now, my brain is so sophisticated that I'm like, oh, let's make a faux grilled cheese sandwich. Because it's literally all I got in my brain right now. I've been out of cooking practice for a little while. It's like right before the stream started, it was sort of looking up how to make my own pad thai sauce. Don't know where that's gonna lead. Ooh, backstretch. Nice, Candy. Yeah. My grilled cheeses, I always tell people how I end up making my grilled cheeses, and they always look at me funny because I add honey to my grilled cheese sandwiches. It is the best thing ever. Just because you get that nice cheesiness and that nice sweet of the honey. I like it. I like it a lot. Tea break. Backstretch. Yep, that's pretty much the response I get, Candy. That's different. Yeah, you can blame my dad. There are certain things that I recipe-wise, I haven't quite told Jeff how I make them. Well, you can make a carbless grilled cheese. I mean, it would just be grilled cheese. There is such thing as grilling cheese, which Jeff and I discovered the hard way. Did not know this existed, and we had been on one of these subscription boxes, and I'm like, well, they have this thing. It's like a grilled cheese, such and such and such. I'm like, ooh, grilled cheese sandwich sounds really, really good. The box comes, and it's just a chunk of cheese that you grill. What? So that was an experience. Never made that mistake again. Because it wasn't necessarily an experience we enjoyed. And now you know. There is such thing as grilling cheese. I don't know if it made your life better or not, but now you know. Yeah, it's just a chunk of cheese. I mean, I suppose there's people out in the world who are like, I have this piece of cheese. Let's grill it and eat it. Okay. I suppose it's the same concept of grilling tofu, but it's just so bizarre. I like my grilled cheese between 2 slices of bread and nice and melty and gooey. I don't know why I am suddenly coloring like this, but I am. Hi, Elizabeth. Welcome to the stream, where we color crystals forever. Don't know why I brought the creepy voice out for that, but I did. I want to take this moment to thank each and every one of you for hanging out with me. Because I know that sometimes it can be a traumatic experience. Ooh, that's exciting. I'm gonna go stalk you and see if I can find it, because I need to see a picture of this. I love it. But I'm kind of impressed that you're already done with the page. Yep, that's kind of how I feel about it, Tara. I'm pretty sure this is just gonna be an all-year project. Tune in next time for yet still more crystals. Ooh, that's what the next title next week is going to be. I keep on trying to figure out, different titles for what these live streams are gonna be, because I'm still coloring crystals. We're still doing crystals. These are still crystals. So I'm pretty sure by the time we're done, we're gonna have 17 parts that start out coloring crystals in why did I just call it mythographic? Coloring crystals in Geomorphia. Still coloring crystals in Geomorphia. Yet still coloring crystals in Geomorphia. Can you guess what we're coloring today in Geomorphia? I should be writing all of these down. It's totally going to be worth it, but I like making fun of myself in the process. Because life is too short not to laugh at yourself. Ooh, but I bet it's still very pretty. I keep trying to see if I have some of my Crayolas somewhere. I don't. I have a few. And I should try coloring with them again. Perfect, Elizabeth. Well, I am glad, Tara. Because otherwise this would be a long, tiring process without you guys to keep me company while I'm doing it. You guys think I'm here to entertain you, but in reality, you're here to entertain me. I'm trying to keep an eye on my phone because I might have to start, you know what? I'm going to plug it in now because I have a feeling the battery might start going. I'm going to jiggle you guys real quick. Just so if you get seasick, close your eyes. There we go. We are now plugged in. Let's see, is the camera warm? It's a little warm. Not as bad as it was last week. That's kind of what I think happened to last week's stream, is I think my camera just started overheating. Yes, yes it was. Or yes it does. Yes it was. Wow, I can't even talk in the right tense. Yes it does. I just looked at my clock and we've already been streaming for an hour. What is that? Kind of like that random shape of color. Huh. Ugh. My bum was starting to go numb. No, I haven't even seen the ink house. Who's the ink house by? I've been totally out of the loop this week, apparently. But you said animal characters, and my ears just perked up. Huh. I will have to check it out after this stream is done, because I've literally never heard of it. Ooh, I'm kind of off screen, aren't I? We've gotten to that point again. There we go. I'm running out of table room to shift my coloring page around. Okay, that is what I'll do, Tara. After I'm done here and the video is processing, I will go check that out. The Ink House. Like the name. I think I want to add a bit of the dark pink down here. Switch it up a little bit. Oh, okay. So I'm assuming it's got black and white drawings in it. And then people are just kind of picking it up and coloring in it. Huh. I am extremely intrigued right now. That is a great question. How do I want to color this? Actually, I'm just gonna use the yellow. Ray Dobner. Never heard of him. Granted, I haven't heard of a lot of artists, so I don't know why I felt the need to say that, but I haven't heard of him. Okay, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? I don't know. I really have no consistent method of how I'm doing this. I feel like you, Robin, have all of the ins to all of the publishers. Like all of them. Pretty sure there isn't a publisher who doesn't know you. Which is the greatest thing ever. Someday, that is my life goal. Not really, because I'm horrible at doing reviews. Oh, do you have one of those Phantomorphia books that was how the original book was supposed to be before it got split up into two different pieces? Which no one really understands why. Oh, I heart your face, Robin. Don't ever, 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 ever change. How many books have you read now this year? I mean, just curious. Ooh, you are nearly halfway to my yearly reading goal. I just find you absolutely amazing. Ooh, we are coloring Kirby Rose Sand together, Christina. I like it. She's actually a robot in disguise. Robin, you're a transformer. Sorry, had a moment there. Sometimes my nerdiness shines through a little too strongly. Oh, there's a story for you. This is a story about a robot who is only human because of her love of a sweet barbecue. Sounds like a story I would write and no one would read, which is okay. Whew, that is a lot. Wow. Well, if you ever need to pick me up, just hit me up, Robin, because you are really amazing. Not gonna lie. You are one of the reasons I am very much glad that I started in this community and I stumbled upon your face. I don't think I would have found you if it wasn't for the coloring community. And it is still my plan to at some point read Baby Teeth. Ooh, so we're gonna make Robin a superhero robot. Superhero reading robot who has the power to chuck books at your face. Or is that a little too violent? Oh. There are times when throwing a book at someone's face just seems like the answer to all of life's problems. Like all of them. Of course, Robin. I mean every single word. You make my day. So as payback, I'm just going to give you compliments forever. You're welcome. I apologize for everything and nothing. I've decided that I'm really good at talking in circles and talking nonsense at the same time. Well, good news is we reached the edge of the paper this direction, and we're slowly reaching the edge of the paper this direction. So I might actually get the chunk that I was hoping to get colored today, which is exciting. I don't want to color this. I just need to come back with the colored pencils and finish it off. And what I might do is preemptively order refills of all of these markers. Just in case, because now I am hyper paranoid. Ooh, I like that page. That is one of my favorites. I don't know, there's something about pretty skulls with pretty things. What am I doing? Talking and losing track of what I'm doing. So I've colored a couple of his skull. Oh my gosh. Oh, I've completely lost the ability to form a complete sentence. Me like Kirby skulls. Me like to color Kirby skulls. Me color couple of Kirby skulls and liked them. I'm done. I'm done. I'm putting myself in a corner. I have a feeling that after this stream is over, I'm just gonna go eat a box of Girl Scout cookies and contemplate why I do this to myself. Getting into some of the small bits again. Oh, I probably should have colored that. That's fine. I don't think it hurts it either way. It's kind of going willy-nilly with it right now. Well, you are in the right place then, because reading and coloring are our jams. Wow, could I not be more of a 90s child? Ah! And this is why I end up with markers all over my hands, because periodically just drop the markers. Let's see, how do I want to do this? We're almost there, guys. We're almost there. I see the light at the end of the tunnel, at least for this part. think I'm just excited about having a full corner done. Good luck, Tara. That's why I'm mean and I send my husband out. I have not, Elizabeth. Because that's the one about the little boy, isn't it? Because, yeah, I mean, I've seen that book around for the longest time, and I haven't read the book either. But our goal this week for the Valentine's week is to watch Escape Room. Because Valentine's is about horror movies, right? That's why Valentine's Day was created. Pretty sure. It's the only thing that makes sense to me. So we've got several horror movies planned. So if you guys have any suggestions, we want to rent some as well. I don't know if you guys are into horror or not. Kind of bummed that we have to wait until April for Pet Sematary. I'm kind of excited about that one. I won't lie. I have seen The Greatest Showman. Not necessarily a horror movie, though. I mean, I guess from a certain perspective, it's a horror movie. See, right? Pet Sematary is one of those movies that haunted me growing up. I mean, the whole concept of Pet Sematary is, but I'm really super excited, mainly because the cat they keep using as a lot of the promotional materials is the cutest thing I have ever seen. I don't know. I just have things. I just have feelings for things that are just what most people consider ugly, I guess. I suppose that explains all of the hairless animals. Ooh, we did go see Winchester. The whole Winchester mansion. Someday I want to visit the actual Winchester mansion. I have not seen Mama. Is that one I should add to my list of things that I need to see? No, there's just the whole house and how it was built and how odd it is. There's something about it. I think it would just be so cool to go and see. That's out in California, isn't it? Well, I will add that to my list of movies that I need to check out and see at some point. I've got a feeling there's going to be creepy kids involved. Is there creepy kids involved? Those are sometimes the creepiest movies. I don't know if any of you guys heard that, but that was my stomach. I am using Copics. Right now I've got, what is this? FBG2. I've got Y21, R32, and then RV17 that I'm using. And as soon as I finish this little area right here, I'm going to be switching to my polys. I think a lot of people thought that when the movie first came out. Because that was pretty much the first of that style that hit mainstream. For me, some of my favorite movies is the
Paranormal.
thank you. I couldn't think of the name. The Paranormal Activity movies. Just, you know, the concept of seeing something slowly roll out from security cameras and other such things. I don't know. I just find it fascinating. Oh, just leaving a cliff there, aren't you, Christina? Will she jump? Will she not jump? What will happen? Ooh, lost track of what I was doing there for a second. I think I want to bring blue down and then blue up. Oh my goodness, can that dog snore? I suppose, Robin, I will let you go because I literally can't stop you. But I will miss you forever and ever and ever until you get back. Wow, I am in a weird mood today. Let's see how weird and awkward I can make this stream while you sit here and watch me color repeatedly with the same colors. Well, since I went up with that, do I want to... Ooh, I could do one of those... I think I've seen that one. I feel like I've seen the skeleton key before. Getting to the point in my life where I'm losing track of things. Pretty sure I've seen it. I'm gonna laugh if I haven't. I need a Goodreads version of movies. Just so I can keep track of all the things I've seen in my life. I have seen Shutter Island. But it's been a while. I just feel like it's been a while since I've seen a horror movie in general. I think the last one we saw was It. Which was forever ago and really, really sad.
We haven't seen any in a theater in a long time.
Right. He's got some good ones. I mean, he's got a few duds, but he's got some really good ones too. I agree, Elizabeth. Well, here's the thing. I've never really liked the It franchise to begin with, if I'm honest. I mean, I didn't really get into the original movie, and so this remake, I mean, I didn't hate it, but it probably isn't one of those ones that I'd go and see again. However, if they did a remake of Rose Red, I'd be all over that sucker. But I think it comes back to that whole like of the concept of the Winchester Mansion. I have to use colored pencils to blend that a little better. Almost there. Okay, so oh yeah, the Ring franchise, especially in the native Japanese version. That one is downright creepy. I think the Japanese know how to do eerie movies extremely well. But I mean, even the original US version, I mean, it didn't give me quite the same scare as the Japanese version. But it didn't help that when I originally watched the American version of The Ring, that immediately after the movie ended, my brother got a bloody nose. Which I think terrified all of us for a little while. Robin's back! Yay! That was an eerie, excited yay. You know what really creeps me out, guys, since we're on this topic? right now as I'm sitting here. We finally put up some of my husband's pictures, some of his art pictures. But these art pictures of fish and this weird little shrimpy, crabby thing. And they're all just kind of looking at me right now. And it's a little bit eerie. They're just staring. Okay. So I think that's where I'm going to stop with the Copic markers. I don't even know if you can see the bottom that I just colored. So I'll bring that up a little bit. Maybe if I zoom out a touch, maybe you can get the whole thing in. Oh, okay guys, I have to show you what I just did. Yeah, that is what I just did. Can't take me anywhere. The joys of having multiple different types of Copic markers. Okay, I think all of my pencils are pretty sharp. I might sharpen them as we go through, but I have 130 Dark Flesh, 142 Matter, 175 Dark Sepia, 184 Dark Naples Ochre, or Ochre, however you want to say that word, 194 Red Violet, and then 110 Phthalo Blue. So I'm just gonna kind of start getting in here a little bit. Yeah, I think I want to sharpen that point a little bit. The real question is, where did I put my pencil sharpener? Yeah. Hold on, I gotta sharpen these a little bit. There we go. Now I got a point. Okay, so I'm just going to use these pencils to kind of enhance what I've already done with the markers. So the idea here is to give it a smoother blend and just kind of give it another layer of depth that you can't necessarily get with just markers. So I'm going to go in. So some of these I've already done and some of them I haven't. But I want to, at this point of the game, it's just kind of, yeah, just follow whatever feels right. Oop. Just ran my head into my phone. That's cool, April. Okay, let's see. So right here, can bring the yellow in a little bit more. Because I almost like the yellow colors slightly more than I do the other tones. Oh, Prismacolors would work just as well with this. I just like the polys a little bit more because of they're an oil base, so I feel like I get a nicer layering and blending with them, but that's just my personal experience, because I know there's a lot of people who do amazing work with the Prismas, and they are definitely not bad pencils at all. I am just a poly girl. Did some of those already. So the change that these add is very, very subtle, but I feel like it gives it a little bit more of an organic nature. Sometimes when you blend with Copic, you lose a little bit of this layered nature that you can get with pencils. So, because when I go over that a little bit, you can see a little bit of the yellow, but you still have the magenta showing through. But at the same time, it smooths out that harsh transition line that you can get when you're not using marker paper. So this point of the game, it's a lot of going back and forth. And then you can also add shadows in a color. So here you can see I've darkened the blue a little bit in this one spot, which theoretically you can do with Copic, but these are such small areas that it's almost easier to just do with colored pencils. Now the fun part will be trying to remember what you've already added colored pencils to and what you haven't. You can kind of start getting some shadows and such. Oop. This is just a brief thought after everything that happened last week with the live stream. I am contemplating getting a webcam and maybe doing my live streams with that. I'm not completely sold on that because I'd have to completely change the way I'm set up right now because I am nowhere near my computer. And to do that, I'd have to find a way to control things from my computer while not being next to my computer. That seems like a nightmare. But this stream has seemed to have gone pretty well so far. We haven't really run into any major technical issues, which makes me extremely excited. So maybe we need to kind of follow what I've done this time around. So maybe not plug in my phone right away. And that'll keep it from overheating too quickly. Don't you just love technology? Trying to hit all of the blues. And if you see one that I've missed, let me know. I think I got most of them. Blend that out a little better. And this might be one of those things that, you know, I go over repeatedly because each time I look at it, I see something a little different that I'm like, bring a little bit of that red. Because I feel like the way crystals would refract light wouldn't, I mean, you kind of got the colors blending all over the place. So it doesn't always follow this very linear pattern, which is why I thought adding colored pencils would be a good idea. So I can lay the Copics down, kind of where I see the base starting, and then I can just mold it with the colored pencils. That and some of these places where we've got similar colors touching each other, we can start building a little bit of a distinction between them. This is always the point in the stream where I start to get extremely quiet. And I need to remind myself that I don't need to hold the colored pencil that tightly. It's not going anywhere. Just gonna add a little bit. Gonna give it a shadow right there. Oh, missed some right down here. I'm like, did I get all the pinks? No. This is why I was thinking I needed to do things in small sections, because I can only imagine how chaotic it would be if I colored everything with a Copic base first and then went back with colored pencils and tried to keep track. Okay. I have the lighter pink or peach or whatever you want to call this. Flesh. That's kind of creepy. Don't know if I necessarily want to call it flesh. Ooh, I will go look for that picture right after I am done. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm singing a song about how excited I am because I'm that excited. Get these ones right here. Bring some of those back in. There we go. Oh, I think it's going to be amazing. I know it's going to be amazing. I've seen some of your other work. I'm just going to keep on telling you how amazing you are until you finally believe it. Ooh, that could be cool. I need to bring some yellow back into there. Went a little crazy with the pinks. Lost a little bit of the yellow. I'm going to have all of you convinced by the time this stream is over that you are all amazing, because you are. I'm just going to constantly remind you guys of that fact. Because let's be honest, I only hang out with amazing people, and I'm hanging out with you guys. So, therefore, you guys are amazing. Oh, the wonderful works in progress that we put down and forget about for a little while. Ooh, how did I miss that one? There we go. Missed a couple in here, didn't I? Suppose it would be easier to keep track of if I wasn't constantly flying over random parts of the page. I like how that one is laying right now. And this right here is the reason I don't necessarily do color alongs, because I am all over the place right now. Did I get everywhere? Did you guys see any place that I missed? I mean, I'm probably gonna add some shadowing to a few of these areas. But nothing too terrible. Just gonna darken the bases where it's between crystals. Maybe add some separation. But I don't want to lose the color at the same time. A few of these are a little further back. And then they'll really, really, really pop when I end up going back and adding the white Posca around each of them. Oh, and add some right here. There we go. Okay. Think that is where I'm going to end this stream. We are almost at, holy cow, my color pencils are just gonna roll off the table. We are almost at 2 hours. Whew. So there we go. That is the chunk that we finally have finished. Outlining all of these crystals is going to be fun, but I'm going to save that until the very, very end. Thank you guys for joining me. I heart all of your beautiful faces. I hope you can join me again next Sunday at 11 Central. I'm really enjoying talking with you guys. And I think I already said I heart your beautiful faces. Bye.